the news in you. North, east, west, south. Your night from every alley and Cali intersection and back street. On Friday night, they had a mass shooting in Virginia Beach. The shooting happened right after a fight broke out between a group of people. And that group of people, both groups, began to pull out weapons and started shooting at each other with no concern about innocent bystanders. And in that shooting, 10 people were injured. 8 survived their injuries and 2 died. One of the 2 people that died was a 29-year-old named Deshala Harris, and she was just an innocent bystander. The other person that was killed was a 25-year-old young man by the name of Davion Lynch. From what's been spoken about Davion Lynch, when the police arrived, they saw him with a weapon in his hand. So his was an officer-involved shooting. So the officer shot him. And you have to think about it. When the officers pulled up to the scene of the crime, they were still shooting. The officers still heard gunshots. So you know they was nervous, which you would have been, because you're walking into harm's way. You drive up and they still shooting, your adrenaline is going to be pumping. And also one of the officers got hit by a vehicle, but he's doing good. He's out of the hospital, but he did get hit by a vehicle. The good part about it, 3 people were arrested, and they arrested them on 7 felony counts of felonious assault. And it's crazy, family, because this is a Virginia Beach oceanfront resort area. A place where you go take your family, seeing the summertime is almost here, you take your family, y'all go to the resort and have a good time. But what happens? We get a bunch of ignorant people out here. They get into an altercation and just pull out guns and start shooting. Could have had my child at that resort with me. My wife at that resort with me. And they end up getting killed by one of you guys. And all you get is arrested. That goes back to my main thing that I always say. If you intentionally kill somebody, you should be intentionally killed. If you do it unintentionally, only then should you be arrested and go to jail. In a case like this, just shooting with no regards for human life, I would call it intentionally. Because you didn't care who you shot. You just shooting, which don't make sense. See, this world nowadays is terrible. Everybody's got a gun. You don't even want to get into an altercation with somebody, because they're liable to have a gun on them, liable to pull it out and start shooting you without even thinking about what's going to happen to them for murdering you. They never think about the consequence. They're just so quick to grab their gun. Some of the old values we got to keep, family, which is a good old-fashioned fight. That ain't never hurt nobody. You dust the dust off your back and you're going about your business. But nowadays, we're dealing with the social media. You get into a fight, people start filming. You know they're filming. You don't want to lose, so therefore you pull out a weapon and you kill a man. But now you still lost anyway. Because you took a life, he lost his life, and you lost your life because you're in prison for life. Which, if it was up to me, it goes back to that intentional thing. If you intentionally took that man's life, if I was in charge, we would have to intentionally take yours. And that would cut our violence down. Because as of now, this stuff is it's way out of control. What, in 2 weeks' time, what we just had? 20 people shot in Chicago. The mass spy shooting of 8 people. The Boulder, Colorado shooting. And now we have the Virginia Beach resort area shooting. I'm telling you, family, people are sick out here. And we have to pay attention. while we're out here. We don't need to be no innocent bystanders either. When we see confrontation about to erupt, we need to be heading for the door. It's just like I say to young people, when you go to clubs and parties, don't wait till the club or the party's over with and then go get in your car and leave with the rest of the crowd. No, you leave ahead of time. Most people that leave ahead of time get to watch it on the news. The ones that don't leave ahead of time and beat the traffic, they get to be on the news. 360 degrees awareness, 720 if you can. Because people are just shooting up a bunch of people out here nowadays. Innocent people are getting killed. Just going to try and enjoy themselves. Because the young lady that got shot, she was a bystander. So she was enjoying herself at the Ocean Resort area. And some people got into a confrontation. And she ends up losing her life. And you see how crazy it is? It's never the ones that got into the confrontation that end up getting killed. Mostly it's innocent people. It's very rare that it's the people that got into the confrontation. It's always the person that was walking by, the person that was getting in their car, the little kid that was sitting on the porch. You see what I'm saying? So that we don't get caught up in somebody else's madness. But yeah, family, my prayers go to the family of the young lady and the young man that were killed. And my prayers go to all you guys out there, man, that y'all keep y'all heads on the swivel, that y'all stay blessed going and coming, and just be aware. Be aware of your surroundings all the time. You definitely have to do that while you're out here in these streets. And like I said, 2021, we're only 3 months in. This thing is going to get worse before it get better. And with that, I'm going to say this is the news in you. North, east, west, south. Unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.